the slowest.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another wonderful best of two match between the two titans of the North American Steel Series. Here in the UGC League, we have artificial intelligence coming along with Hearteasy, the loving name we have given to these wonderful gentlemen over on the Radiant side. As always, you are flying high in the Dota 2 Killcopter. My name is Brushfire, and I am joined by my aerial gunner and side man, Joojkins. We have Technoman on the analyzing, and of course, on stats is the wonderful, the indispensable, what is he going by this week? Mr. Bad Guy? Mr. Bad Guy, all of you gentlemen, thank you for joining us here in the Dota 2 Killcopter. And wasting no time with this, after a very quick ban phase, we have a very quick pick phase. Mirana and Rubik getting picked up on artificial intelligence with Hearteasy picking up Faceless Void and Tidehunter. Gentlemen, with that quick introduction out of the way, what do you think about this current lineup that AI has going for them?
Well, I haven't even had that much time to think about it because it happened so fast.
It did
Generally,
happen.
I have
quite
a little
fast.
more time, but based on what they have here, they have a very strong early game setup with the Sacred Arrow and Rubik Lift. So it's really going to come down to where they put the Mirana. Mirana can obviously go pretty much anywhere these days. I'm seeing probably carry or mid Mirana here. You don't see as much of the off lane, but I think artificial intelligence likes to do off lane. I can't quite remember.
I do remember them playing Mirana off lane last time we casted for this team. Now, over on Radiant side, Hearteasy has picked up a Faceless Void, Tidehunter, Venomancer thus far, banning out Bane and Razor after very little time. They have taken no time to pick out their team. Jenkins, what do you currently think of Hearteasy's lineup?
I think they're pulling pocket strats in a big way. There's no way that they would just like insta-pick Void and Tidehunter back to back without some sort of pocket strat in mind. Especially because Faceless Void is a really farm-heavy carry, and to first pick him is just huge. And right now, it's really ballsy. And right now, it looks like they're just going straight up AoE ults, like Faceless Void. You got the Ravage. You got Poison Nova. Like,
honestly, the pick of the Disruptor is really one of the reasons you don't pick Faceless Void early, because Disruptor kind of wrecks him pretty hard.
Yep. I wonder if they've got a plan to deal with the Disruptor. I mean, Disruptor's kind of squishy.
Ooh, yeah, they're definitely going with big AoE ultis here. Probably going to be early Aghanim's on the Faceless Void.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're just going to stack everything and hold the... They're going for the cannot miss Wombo combo. Like,
it's hard to miss targets that can't move.
Yes, and then just throw everything down on top of them. Like...
Yes, indeedly do. Over on AI, they banned out Ancient Apparition and Queen of Pain. Now, it's an interesting ban to ban out Queen of Pain. I did not know she was a bannable champion. What's going on with their logs?
She's not. I have no idea what that's about.
AoE ult.
There's better AoE ults?
Yeah,
Lots
much better AoE ults.
And before Wraith King as the
honestly,
final
as far
pickup.
as AoE ults go, I would pick Kunkka over a Queen of Pain.
Well, they do have the Tidehunter already, so he kind of serves the purpose of the Wraith King.
Kunkka would definitely work.
Yeah, I could see Kunkka. Who do you think's going to go mid here? Farming Faceless mid?
No, I think they're saving their mid pick for last, which is why I'm trying to think about what they want.
Kunkka would work.
Well, we've got a Dragonite pickup on AI, so there's a chance to counter pick their mid. I've seen a lot of play with Dragonite going mid recently, so let's see what they do. Final ban phase?
Maybe a Skywrath or Razor actually might.
Oh,
Razor's
already
banned.
been banned, sir. Viper getting banned out by Hearteasy. Let's see what we've got going with AI. Who are they going to ban out for their final ban? Over in chat, thanks to 9tap for joining us on the Defijigeki fan club. Thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight.
The what fan club?
Defijigeki.
Defijigeki.
No, his name is Defijigeki. Look over at the Radiant side at the very last player.
5 seconds.
Oh, well, yes, it is in fact Defigigiki.
Defigigiki. Gonna see a ban out of Magnus as the final ban on AI, and now Hearteasy has free range to pick who they want. They still need a mid hero. They probably will not put Faceless.
Timbersaw definitely works.
Timbersaw will do a great job in mid. I am worried about having lack of chain targets, though. That's going to be the biggest drawback for Timbersaw going mid.
Yeah, that's why I don't think they'll send him mid.
Generally, Dragon Knight's not a very aggressive mid. You don't have to worry about chaining away very much.
True that. And with final pick going to Croissant King, we are going to see these two teams fight it out in just a few moments. We're going to go down to the field and see what these two teams can do to each other. Let's go
This
down the list.
Rubik, if he doesn't steal something, oh my god.
Going down the list, let's see who we've got over on Hearteasy. Le Murmur XD will be your Faceless Void. Rock, Paper, Scissors champion on the Timbersaw. Defigigiki, king of the Witch Doctors. And then we've got, of course, One-Eye Jesus Hook on the Tide Hunter. Followed up, finally, by Where the Fence is Low. Quite a philosophical man playing Venomancer. Logs, who do we have on Team AI on the Radiant side, or Dire side?
We're on Team AI. We have Auto Loves Antoinette on Dragon Knight, Tokyo Bot on Disruptor, Ninja Chinky Winks, good old Ninja Chinky Winks, on Wraith King, Nuaji on Marana, and Toby on Rubik.
Yes, it's going to be a great matchup. A little bit of early game aggression coming out from the Radiant side over with, excuse me, Hearteasy. They're just kind of hanging out in the woods, looking for somebody to step a little further away. Much more conservative playing coming out of AI, who are sticking to their lanes and not pushing past their towers.
It looks mostly like Hearteasy just wants to prevent their jungle from being warded early, which is definitely smart when you're on Radiant side.
Yes, indeed. Now we're going to turn on the last hits and denies, and this game is going to begin. Regen Rune on River. Gonna get picked up by Where the Fence is Low, and it's not gonna do much of anything. Thank you, Valve.
Yeah, terrible first rune to get that regen.
Now, what would you say is the most useful first rune?
Usually, well, if you're talking about getting an early first blood, it's definitely a haste rune or a double damage rune. But if you're talking about mid lane domination, it's very often the illusion rune that really helps you cement an early head start in last hittings.
I agree with you there. Personally, I lean towards the haste rune because this early game is all about speed. DD is great, but if the other team gets away from you, that's it. They can't get any further, and then you're going to be all... wow. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you for that derailment, stats man. Appreciate that. But you cannot get anywhere if you can't catch your opponent in this early game. That's why early game brown boots are so important.
Looks like
No.
this camp might have been warded. I don't think it was warded properly, though.
Now that is odd. Let's take a look at it. It says that it does have vision of the camp, so it's possible it's been warded correctly.
That's not quite how it works.
I know you need perfect vision. You need to be able to see out in there.
Actually, no, that's not how it works. There are boxes around a camp that if there is anything in those boxes, the camp will not respawn. That is and the wards can count as something in that box. No,
the question is that ward actually in a proper place?
Yes, it is. It has blocked it.
Meanwhile, over
Is it
in
the magic bush though?
No, they messed up the magic bush.
Antoinette taking a lot of damage from Rock, Paper, Scissors champion. Over in top lane, Nauji and One-Eye Jesus both dipping down to about 3/4 of their full HP after a small scuffle there. Defigigiki, king of all heroes.
Defigigiki tried to deward it. Look at that ward he placed.
Oh, so close, just at the cusp.
Getting a little action down here on bottom.
And a big action on bottom. Clinky Winks is getting stunned down. He's gonna dip down. No, the Lemurmer lift coming out of Rubik. He charges in there. He will get the first blood with the hit. And he gets glimpsed back, so he cannot go for a second blood. And AI Tokyo Bot is going to go. He is going to go. Witch Doctor getting a nice long hit range. Right there with the right clicks. 2 strong and a nice 2 for none exchange between these two teams.
It's pretty even.
Oh, another stun coming out in a big way. Defigigiki throwing down. He's going to get Static Cage and stuck and stunned by Clinky Winks. And then all sorts of madness is happening right there. They're going to disengage on that one. Cheeky Winks is in a bad spot. He is down to 135, 22 HP. Gone right there with Witch Doctor getting a second kill within 1 minute of his previous one. Croissant King, hail to the new king, baby.
Croissant King.
He's got a croissant beard.
Toby's gonna stagger away at 20 HP, tangoing through the Venomancer's Poison Touch.
We're gonna see an early fortification. This is 3 minutes and 51 seconds, and we've already got a fortification coming out of Team AI.
Yeah, they're getting pushed hard on bottom.
Overextended a little too much on top. Got killed off by Naoji. I think he was really just trying to get in there and anchor smash for the kill, but I think Naoji avoided him just enough.
Don't you hate it when they just avoid you just a tiny bit too much?
He's got to take more levels in his Kraken Shell if he wants to survive this lane.
Tidehunter is beefy, but he's not as beefy as you would think, because Mirana, let's face it, she is disgustingly strong in pretty much any capacity you can play her as.
She's got really good early game right click, and she's already level 6.
Oh, we've got another scuffle. Now G will leap out of the way, take a shot back at One Eye Jesus. One Eye Jesus is going to back off, and now G's going to get a nice little deny. No, she will not get a deny. Haha. Now over on mid lane, we've got two smoke. The Fidgigeki, where the fence is low, is waiting in the wings for Dragonite, who has a DD rune right now, to overstep his boundaries. And they're gonna, not much is gonna come from that though. They are gonna have the smoke wear off and try to rotate around and pinch off. So we're gonna back up just a tiny bit, see how this one plays out.
Antoinette's way too far forward.
The Fidgigiki's getting antsy. He's getting antsy. He will step out of the woods. There goes the cask. Antoinette's in a bad spot here. He's going to dip behind tower. It's going to be so close. 130 HP. 120. He's going to get sawed. Vine bomb. Blown. Gone. Right there. Chop, chop, chop. Indeed for Rock, Paper, Scissors Champion, securing that kill on Dragonite. And early Arcana boots coming out on Rock, Paper, Scissors Champion. Big rotation happening.
That's a really good item. He has 6-minute arcanes. That's pretty great farm for him.
I'm sorry, that was just kind of absurd. Arcana boots.
Arcana boots.
He's got Arcana boots. I'm gonna get that new modeling program that's on sale on Steam, and I'm gonna make some Arcana boots for Rock, Paper, Scissors Champion. Him alone. Antoinette getting big buzzsawed again right there. Rock, Paper, Scissors Champion, of course, is gonna get back all of his HP thanks to reactive armor, and not much else is gonna come out of that. Very casual Static Cage coming out of Tokyo Bot right behind the tower.
A lot of tension up top. One Eye Jesus hook. He just came in, ulted on Miranda to try and kill her, but she leapt away right as soon as the stun finished and got away about 50 health.
And it's great because Hearteasy has been doing a very good job of securing those very low health kills. It's just a shame that it does not work out so great for the Tidehunter on top lane.
Yeah, he didn't quite manage his mana properly and didn't have enough for the anchor smash.
Yeah, he's TP. Only got boots too.
Defigigeki in a bad spot. He will go down to shimmy to Naoji. Naoji's gonna pick up. Then they're gonna try to praise the sun, and Lemurmer is gonna get away. Good disengagement ulti right there from Faceless Void.
Oh, rock, paper, scissors champions in a bad way right here.
Lifted, burned to a crisp. Timbersaw is going to go down to Antoinette. Sorry, rock, paper, scissors champion. Should have thrown paper that time.
I don't know. Paper's a little dangerous to throw against all that fire.
Well, it's you know, it's a joke that I thought about and then it didn't work out afterwards. So you know, just ignore it. Everything's bad.
Like we always do.
Everything is bad if you remember it.
Yeah, Timbersaw, I think he got a little cocky there. He was thinking he could just timber chain away. Didn't quite expect all the burst damage that he ended up receiving. Disruptor's been doing the rounds warding, and that's how he's managed to save Dragon Knight at least one additional gank mid. So the ward's paying for themselves.
We've got a scuffle coming up in top lane. Rock, paper, scissors champion steps out of the woods. Buzzsaws once. That's all she wrote for, excuse me, Wraith King right there with Tidehunter getting the last hit and securing that kill. Rock, paper, scissors champion Timber Swag. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Wraith King really needs to get his level 6. He's still sitting not even halfway through his level 5, so it's gonna be a little while for him to get that. And Disruptor is about the same place.
Timbersaw needs to
Rubik's
get out of
even less
here.
than that.
And he does.
Sports are definitely suffering right now.
Right, indeedy. Let's see what's going on in mid lane. Lamimer is currently facing off against Toby Trademark. Trademark is going to be doing what he can. Oh, Lamimer goes in, lifted up. Toby is going to push him back and get him out of there. Dragon Knight rotating mid in order to try to help his friend out. We got some more tension building up as Lamimer is now joined by Rock, Paper, Scissors Champion and Defigigeki, and they are pushing in far. Rock, Paper, Scissors Champion throwing out the blade. The Chronosphere goes in, but Rock, Paper, Scissors Champion gets stuck on the bubble. Oh, Cass goes out. Toby is going to get invisibled. Oh, now Lamimer is the one who's going down. Yes, indeed, they will pick him off. Defigigeki coming in to help out. Rock, paper, scissors champion picks off Toby. Rubik is down. Devigigeki's going to go down as well. Far underneath there. Ravage comes out, picks up a lot of members of AI, but they are going to disengage. One-Eyed Jesus running. He gets stunned out by Chinky Winks, and he is going to get burned down right there in a huge 3-4-1 exchange after all of that is done. That's going to even out the score at the 10-minute mark. Let's go ahead and set up the net worth now. Take a look at Murata, 4K inner pocket, going up against Timbersaw, who's currently 3.4K. Looking at the gold graph, after that scuffle, the gold has spiked away from the favor of Hearteasy, and it's now only 1,000 gold difference between these two teams. XP, though, AI is still holding a commanding lead, especially after that scuffle. Meanwhile, mid is going down where the fence is low, is going to get pinged out, but they're going to disengage on that one. Rock, paper, scissors champion was wanting to go in, but he will not be able to do so because he has no backup. The more you know, kids. The more you know.
Unfortunately, I don't think this Wraith King will be getting very much money on account of he's pretty much filling the support role.
Yes, indeedy. Now, even though they had a really bad push recently, they are still pushing very hard over on Hearteasy. They want to keep this game in their pocket while they still can. Over in chat, Lightski759 says that, hey, if only Witch Doctor had Maledict, which I believe he does now. No, he does not. He's still level 5, about halfway through.
He hasn't. Oh, he hasn't taken Maledict. Oh.
Yeah, he went for a heal and cask instead of Maledict.
No. Just no.
Meanwhile,
Yeah,
Bottleface saying that we should all be delighted by the base Defigigeki. Arrow goes out, hits nobody. Naoji retreats. There's a lot of danger going up. Where the fence is low gets destroyed after a nice lift from Rubik and destroyed by that star call. Naoji gets himself a nice kill after all is said and done. Rock, paper, scissors champion is trying to run now. The Morana ult goes out. The Chronosphere goes out. Toby is caught in it. He's going to take 1 damage. Chinky Winks is going to get picked up. And this team fight is slowly getting out of hand in favor of AI as they burst down Timbersaw, who buys back. Then down goes the Tide Hunter. Rock, paper, scissors champion pops back in where the fence is low. Has teleported in as well. This Saw Blade goes out, starts hitting Antoinette. Naoji being chased. Rock, paper, scissors champion wants to pick up that Marana pickup, but he's not so fast. He's so slow. He's getting body blocked by Antoinette. The blade goes out, does not hit anything. Rock, paper, scissors champion now has open field. There's nobody left. Oh, now he got greedy. He got chased down so hard he's going to get poked. 72 HP, 69. Starting to go back up thanks to the healing coming out of his brother, Wedge Doctor. He's going to start picking back up, though, and that's going to be a disengagement right there. What a fight. And then they're going to turn on Toby. It's not so fast. He's so slow. Pick up by Rock, paper, scissors champion on Toby. Very well done.
Rubik cannot get a break.
He's not been doing bad for himself, though. This Rubik, he's been doing great as far as helping out his team, but when he gets caught alone, unfortunately, it doesn't work out so well for him. As you know, supports really can't hold their own against an entire team.
Well, yeah, but he hasn't stolen any ultimates either.
You don't have to steal ultimates, though, Jenkins. You can steal.
That's true. He got bouncing cast the last team fight under the tier 1 for Radiant, and that actually helped a decent amount.
I think what really helped him out in that fight was Disruptor sending Faceless Void back.
Yeah, also, Timbersaw teleported into the Disruptor's ultimate, Static Storm. He couldn't do anything as soon as he got there. He had to move to the side, and after that time, Dyer had already backed.
Tragic days for Dyer right there, and now we are going to get a rotation coming out of Naoji. Naoji is going to get leaped right out of there. Almost took a, I believe it's a water spray. What is that called?
Gush.
Gush. He almost took a gush, which is gross sounding.
It's a little gross.
That one was also sexual.
Very well done. Now, it's good to point out that Hearteasy has that wonderful new Golden Hook Pudge carrier. It kind of looks like Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, if I'm not so glib about it. Up on top lane, Slinky Winks, Naoji, Tokyo Bot, and Toby playing the field push right now. Timbersaw, Rock, paper, scissors champion is going to come out of the woods, throw out a Saw Blade, and chase off Marana.
What do you think about Venomancer's build? He's got 2 in Venomous Gale, 1 in Poison Sting, and 3 in Plague Ward, and he forwent his ultimate. You think that's a wise decision?
I do actually believe that's a wise decision. He really doesn't have the mana to cast his ultimate this early on, and, you know, actually cast anything else.
Right. I sort of disagree with Poison Sting being only 1 level, though.
I mean...
Arrow goes out, will tag the One-Eye Jesus. However, Naoji is going to get chased out, pop the ulti, and then the Sentry Ward goes up. So they will be able to see Toby come in there thanks to that ward placement. They're going to take a tower while they're doing this, though. So really, Hearteasy is going to come out better for this.
The reason you go this particular Venomancer build is for early game pushing, and Poison Sting doesn't add to your push.
That's true. Does nothing against towers, but there's quite a few low health kills that they could have been securing.
Now, I'd like to point out that ridiculous Defigigiki dodge that just happened a couple of seconds ago. Naoji threw out the arrow to try to pick up Defigigiki. Defigigiki was like, nah, I got this. And then he dodges out of the way, no arrow, and it caused Rubik to have to burn his ulti, or his absorb. Meanwhile, Antoinette is going to pick up Rock, Paper, Scissors champion again, throwing the paper when he should have thrown rock. Big glimpse coming down where the fence is low, is now stuck in the cage and is gone, bursted down by all of AI. And AI is starting to come online now that they have majority of their skills available. There goes the cask again. One-Eye Jesus, now the one being singled out. Antoinette, oh, gets caged in. Rubik lifts. One-Eye Jesus can't get away. He's going to get burned down right there again with Dragonite picking up another kill. Nicely done. Dragonite is now on a mega kill streak. He's 5-1 with 5 assists, 49 last hits. Antoinette's doing all right for himself at this point.
Yeah, Tidehunter, I think it was wise there, knowing he's not going to get away to save the Ravage.
Oh, Big Chronosphere coming in, but he got stunned. He's going to pick off Nalgi, which is a great pickup. Maledicte comes out, but unfortunately Witch Doctor will get stunned out of it. Cass goes out. There's so many casts. Which one is which? I can't tell. Antoinette's going to get picked up. Nice chain burst. Tokyo Bot being chased down by Rock, Paper, Scissors champion. It might be enough to pick him up. No, Tokyo Bot will throw out the cage and gets away scot-free. Blink Dagger coming out. Oh, no! He is going to pick up with a triple right there. And a very well played. We're going to go into a pause because the Leave Dragonite got kicked out of that one.
Fight was just a little too much for him.
Rage quit.
Can you believe what just happened?
That was pretty intense.
That was so intense. I cannot believe what Hearteasy has been doing. This game has been going back and forth since about the 6-minute mark. Now that AI is online, now that Hearteasy kind of has a great positioning on the field, this is going to become a great game of throws the longer this game goes.
Yeah.
Ironic.
Mirana has some serious farm over Void too. That's a pretty huge difference. The Timbersaw is getting some good farm too. He's got some good items, but he's still really far away from his Bloodstone, which is his core item. And even then, I don't think that he'll have the damage output that a fully farmed Void would have.
Come on, Faceless. You do actually need to get a Agnums for this setup to work, buddy. So, stop building damage, get that Agnums.
Yeah, he went Mask of Madness first, I guess, big item.
I am his dad. I don't have a face.
Over in the chat, 9tap is saying these casters are jelly, and yes, you're right. We thank you every day, Base Defigigiki.
I wish Defigigiki was my dad.
Yeah, seriously. Defigigiki
That could be
president.
arranged with a time machine.
Toby is getting gone in on. Rock, Paper, Scissors champion is going to disengage after he heard the teleport coming in. Oh no, and a pullback from Toby is going to mess up the arrow show, but here comes Tokyo Bot. He's going to be able to help it out, get that static storm, get that kinetic field up, and those are going to be a denial of the tower after all was said and done.
Yep, great denial by Rubik.
Rock, Paper, Scissors champion seems to be throwing scissors a whole lot, and he's jumping on these towers with no mana.
Non-man.
None-mans. I think he's vastly overestimating how good his burst damage is.